Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Hadley. I'm the Public Safety Chief for the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. I will read a brief prepared statement concerning the officer killed in the line of duty last evening in the 1400 block of Hayes Park. Can everyone hear me? What was that? No? A little less than 3 weeks ago, I stood before you giving a press conference on an officer-involved shooting. In that press conference, I conveyed my expectation that every officer comes home safe. I now stand before you and must report that that expectation wasn't met. We as a community did not send one of our officers home safe at the end of his shift. For that, I am truly sorry. On 4/18 of 2011 at approximately 11:18 p.m., public safety officers responded to the 1400 block of Hayes Park in reference to a shots fired call. The first responding officer on the scene encountered a subject on the porch at 1411 Hayes Park and asked him if he had heard any gunshots. The subject, later identified as Leonard D. Statler, began firing a weapon at the officer. The officer returned fire and radioed for assistance as he sought cover. Mr. Statler then produced a long gun and came towards the officer. The officer continued to return fire as Mr. Statler fled between the houses. The officer was able to radio alerts to responding officers that were entering the area. This officer's presence of mind to alert responding officers while engaged in a running gun battle is remarkable, to say the least. As Mr. Statler fled to the alley behind 1416 Hayes Park, he encountered another public safety officer. Mr. Statler proceeded to shoot the public safety officer in the head and chest area. We believe that Mr. Statler then took his own life with that long gun. Mr. Statler was pronounced dead at the scene. The wounded public safety officer was transported to Bronson Hospital by other responding public safety officers and was later pronounced dead. The mortally wounded public safety officer is identified as PSO Eric Zapata, 35 years of age, a 10-year veteran of the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. Unfortunately, this incident follows a growing trend nationally, in that the rate of violence against officers is increasing at an alarming rate. Officers' death increased last year almost 40%, from 117 in 2009 to 116 in 2010. According to the Law Enforcement Memorial page, PSO Zapata makes the 62nd officer killed in the line of duty this year alone. 28 of those have died from gunfire. At this time, the Office of Professional Standards and the Criminal Investigations Division are conducting independent investigations into this matter. These investigations will take time to interview all associated witnesses, review evidence, lab results, and complete the necessary documentation. No tapes or other related paperwork or reports will be released until we have completed these investigations. We will not identify the other involved officers at this time. They currently are on excused time off to be with their families and may come back to work when they feel they are ready to do so. Be mindful that we are in the beginning stages of this investigation. We do not know how many shots were fired by Mr. Statler, by the initial responding officer, or by PSO Zapata, if any. We do not know if Mr. Statler was wounded by the initial responding officer's gunfire or by Officer Zapata. I want to take this time to thank Kalamazoo County, Kalamazoo Township, the City of Portage, and other outlying townships who have assisted us in supplementing our police and fire services as our organization deals with this senseless tragedy. Our hearts and best wishes go out to the Zapata family as they grieve the loss of their father, son, and brother. I ask that you respect his family's privacy and give them time and space to grieve and process this loss. Please keep in mind your public safety department as a whole and pray for their well-being and continued safety. They continue to serve you every day with distinction, doing the good work we ask them to do. This concludes my prepared statement. I will now answer whatever